Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In this video I'm going to talk you through a great offer by Football Index. It's basically £500 risk-free on their website when you first ever sign up and place your first bet. Now Football Index aren't a bookmaker, they're more like a betting exchange or actually a stock market where you're going to buy players and either sell them for a higher price or sell them for a lower price depending on how they move. It's kind of like a stock market in the sense that if you buy a player and the price goes up, you make money, and if you buy a player and the price goes down, you'll lose money. But their sign-up offer is something that we can take advantage of as it's completely risk-free. You basically just deposit £500 or as much as you'd like, up to £500, and then if you lose any of it, you can claim it back as cash with no bonus or no wagering. So it's a great offer to do. It's not guaranteed profit, however it is 100% risk-free, and you could make in the region of £100 to £150 within the 5 days. So we've got a guide on our website and it's basically split into a couple of steps. So we say firstly you sign up to Football Index, then you're going to choose your player on who to bet on or who to buy, then you're going to invest your full deposit because it's up to £500 risk free, so why wouldn't you put the full 500 on? And then the final step is, if you need to, claim your refund. Now, the claiming the refund, I'm going to go through in a moment, obviously, well, at the end of the video, but just to reiterate, this is your first 7 days since you open your account, you need to have done this offer. Otherwise, if you do it after the 7 days, you won't get your refund. So what we advise is if you do need a refund, check after maybe day 5 or 6 at the very, very latest to claim your refund. Because if you try and claim your refund after day 7, you won't get one. So just make sure you do that. And obviously I'll go into that again in a moment. So firstly, let's go over to Football Index, and the first thing you're going to do is deposit. Now the offer is up to £500. You can do it as maybe as little as £50 if you wanted to. I would recommend the full 500 if you've got the cash, because like I said, the more money you have, the more profit you can make, and it is literally 100% risk-free. So you deposit £500 into Football Index, and then the whole idea is you want to invest the whole lot. Now, I wouldn't recommend depositing more than £500 just because the offer explicitly says up to 500. So I would deposit only £500 or less if you don't have the balance. Okay, once you've done that, you need to choose a player on who to bet on. Now, the reason players go up and down in price are, well, there's two main reasons. It's other people buying them. So when there's more demand, when somebody wants to buy a player, then the price of the player will go up, just like the stocks. And then if people are selling a player, then obviously the price will go down. So that's one factor to take into account. There's not really one that you can control, but it's just one thing to know. The second thing, also you couldn't control, but it's another thing to know, is that when a player is in the news for any reason, then their price tends to go up. So this could be like an article written about them, or they're just literally on the news. And so for this reason, I would personally recommend betting on or buying players that have got games coming up, because you never know, they could score loads of goals and then their price might shoot up. So if I was to buy a player whose share price is over £5, then I can spend my whole balance and get it over and done with in one go. If the player is less than £5 per share price, then I can't do it in one go. I need to buy 100 shares in that player, and then I also need to buy another player, so I'm spending my whole 500 balance. Now you don't have to spend the whole 500 of course, but the idea is to spend as much as possible so you've got more chance of winning money, because you're not actually risking anything, because you'll get a refund back anyway if it goes a bit pear-shaped. So just to show you how Football Index works, you've got like this top 200 players, squad players, live rankings, portfolio. All you need is the top 200. This is just a list of the top 200 players that they've chosen that may be in the news or anything like that. Then when you scroll down, there'll be a blue column and a pink column, just like on Betfair, and they do pretty much the same thing in a way. By clicking the blue column, you're buying a player, so you're wanting the price to go up. And then by clicking the pink column, you're selling the player, so you obviously want them to go down. If I'm buying, let's say, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, if I want to buy one share, it's going to cost me £1.70. So if I wanted to buy 100 shares, it's going to cost me £170. So you can see for that reason, because I can only buy 100 max, I can't buy my whole £500 worth on Loftus-Cheek. I can buy £170 worth, but I'm still going to have £330 left to spend. So then I might go on to another player and buy their shares and another player and so on. So what I would say is, if you are doing this, let's say you want to buy 100 shares on Loftus-Cheek, just click on the buy button, type in 100, and then you can buy. It's telling me to deposit, but you could literally just click you could just click buy and it would buy the 100 shares, and you've now got 100 shares on Loftus-Cheek. If you then want to sell those shares straight away, even though they were worth £170, you can sell them for £162, so you'll be down £8. That's how Football Index make their money. There's a difference in buying and selling. So even though you've bought it at £1.70, that moment in time that you've bought it, it's now only worth £1.62. So this is why you need the share price to go up quite a bit before you can make money, and it does as well. Sometimes they go up quite a lot, sometimes they go down, but then again, if it does go down, you're gonna take no loss because it's completely risk-free offer. So yeah, go ahead, let's say you buy 100 shares in Loftus-Cheek, you're now gonna have £330 left. Now let's say you wanna buy shares in Raheem Sterling. To buy 100 shares in Sterling, you'll need another 485, but obviously you've only got 330. So you just click buy, and then you just press the buy max button. What this is gonna do is this will work out how much balance you've got, and it will let you buy the maximum shares with that balance. So you're pretty much spending your full balance now, and you're gonna have shares on both Sterling and Loftus-Cheek. You might have a few pennies left over in your account, but that's completely fine. So let's just say I wanted to buy 2 shares on Sterling. I'll just show you what it looks like. So I put 2, they're £4.84 each. It's gonna cost me £9.68. Now it's gonna tell you what your balance is. Yours should be 500s, and then it'll tell you what your balance is at the end once you've bought all of the shares. So I can just press buy max, and it will make me, so I've got the smallest balance. So I bought the most I can with my balance, sorry. So I can just press confirm buy, and that'll go through, and it just says I bought 10 shares in Raheem Sterling. So if you do this with another player, you've just bought X amount of shares with that player. Now to see your shares, you can go over to portfolio, and you can see what players you've bought and what you can sell them at. So if I was to sell Raheem Sterling now, even though I bought him at 4.84, he's only worth 4.69 to sell. So I will take a loss straight away, and it'll be a £1.50 loss in total. I did buy Wan-Bissaka last week, so just for the purposes of this video, and I bought him at 1.36 and he went up to 1.76. So I've made £7.20 profit, but that was just off a £25 stake. If I'd done the full £500, that would have been over £140 I would have made. But just for the purpose of the video, I did a small amount. I can literally just go sell him now and make a profit. So it's literally that easy. You're just going to buy a player and just hope that you make a profit from them. And you want to invest your full deposit, so the full £500, spend as much of it as you can because you're getting all of that risk-free. So why wouldn't you take the maximum amount? I mean, obviously you could make a lot of money off this, so do it. And then, yeah, when you come to sell your player, after day 5, it will tell you your portfolio on the top. So this amount here is basically how much you have in shares right now. So for me, this £80.08 is the combination of Wan-Bissaka and Sterling shares. I've got both of their lots of shares and they're worth £80. So I can now go and sell those shares and cash out the profit. And then the balance at the top is how much cash you actually got in your account. So this is money I can withdraw right now, the £2.12. That was just my change left over after I bought Sterling shares. So when you want to go and sell the shares finally, I'm going to sell this Wan-Bissaka one now. You just click on the pink box to make sure you're in portfolio, because all you need to use on here is portfolio and top 200. They're the only 2 headings that you need. Once you're on portfolio, just click sell, and then it gives you 2 options. You can join a sell queue, or you can instant sell. Ignore the join sell queue. That's basically like queuing a lay match on the Betfair exchange. You don't want to be doing that. You want to just get rid of it right now and sell it, so you can either claim your profit or claim your cash back from Football Index. So click instant sell, and then confirm instant sell. And there we go, I've just sold Wan-Bissaka now, and it's giving me error. Okay, so when I did that bit just then, I actually sold 1 share and not the whole lot. So if I click sell again, instead of putting 1 in the box, you're meant to sell the whole lot. So I've got 17 shares left, so just click the bar, oh, insufficient. Click the bar until you get to the amount of shares you've got, and then just instant sell and confirm sell. And boom, there we go. We've sold Wan-Bissaka now. We've got no more shares left in him, and our balance is 31.94. So we made a nice tiny little profit of around, I think it was £6 profit in total from that one. Obviously, if I bet more, like the full £500, then I would have made a lot more. So that's pretty much how to do the offer. If you made a profit, then great. If you haven't made a profit, then you can email them within 7 days to receive your refund. Obviously, you've deposited £500, and if your account is in the negative, they will give you your money back on whatever you lost. So they'll top your balance back up to £500. And if you choose to, you can withdraw this money as well, because there's no bonus or wagering requirement attached to it. So it is essentially risk-free. The one thing I must stress how important it is to email them is the one thing I must stress is how important it is to email them before the 7th day, because if you do it on the 7th day or after, you may not be credited your refund. So try and do it on day 5 or day 6 at the very, very latest if your account is at a loss, and obviously if it's at a profit, you've made some money, so happy days. So I hope you found this guide useful. Please do share it with your friends as well, of course, and if you do have any questions, then don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you very much.